Welcome to Crimson Tide Connection, where we visit with your favorite coaches and players, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Alabama men's tennis team, George Husack. Coach, you recently had your first match of the season, the Duke Fab Four. That tournament started on September the 14th. Just how do you feel that your team did up there in Duke?
Very good. We were able to bring 4 guys up there. Format's tremendous. It challenged the guys physically, mentally. So they got 4 singles matches in, 3 doubles matches, and really it was about playing into the tournament and getting better every day. So they definitely did that.
It's your first opportunity to really see some of your team members kind of in match play against some other people. How do you feel like they really fared, and where do you see this team right now?
Well, the 4 guys that went, Carlos, Daniil, Jared, and Becker, all 4 of them, in my opinion, they all got better as the day went on, as I mentioned earlier. But each guy, we were able to come back to Tuscaloosa with something we want to work on for the next tournament. But they did very well. Becker did very well, had a top 50 win, so it was good for him as a freshman to step in. He's such a strong physical being out there, but he was able to play some really good tennis. Jared, try and make him the fighter that he is. I mean, I want him to go 15 rounds all the time. Carlos worked on him just being more passionate out there, really enjoying the moment. And I think as the tournament went on, he got better. And then Daniil is such a machine. I want him to become as dirty as possible out there. He's a nasty lefty, and I think that came up as the tournament went on.
And talk about Daniil and Carlos. They're going to be in an upcoming tournament, the ITA All-American Championships. It's invite only, and that tournament starts on October the 1st. So just talk about that, and how big of an honor is this for them?
It is. It's reflective on how they did last year. So they're in the qualifying portion of the tournament. If they win a few rounds, then they get into the main draw. It's the biggest, one of the 2 largest fall tournaments that they have from a national standpoint. Daniil deserves every bit of reward for that, for his efforts last year, and I think both of them are again going to see a higher level of play and also be challenged.
And then also coming up, you have the Tom Fallon invite at Notre Dame. That starts on October the 5th. And I guess the team will be going there. This won't just be an invite-only thing, right?
Yeah, it is invite-only from a team standpoint, and then Notre Dame invited us. We're also going to have Michigan, who's going to have a very strong team this year, and Michigan State. So the 4 teams will be battling with 8 players per team. So depending on how Carlos and Daniil do at All-Americans, we're going to take a full load of guys up to Notre Dame and fare hopefully very well, just like we did at Duke.
What do you know much about those teams there that are going to be there at Notre Dame, and just how good is it to face some competition like that?
Well, number one, it's out of our region, so we don't see them often, if at all. So I know that Duke and Michigan both are very strong this year, very deep. Notre Dame's always a very deep, very strong team, top to bottom. Michigan had a transfer and a couple new players this year join their team, and so they're probably stronger than they've been in recent years. Michigan State actually, they're again another good solid team, top to bottom, and we're going to have to play hard.
Well, Coach, you've been able to see this team for just a couple of weeks now in action, is kind of practicing. What are some of the things you think you need to work on going into these tournaments?
Well, I think number one, we have to compete. And when I say compete, every coach is looking for guys to compete, but really with energy. I think it's too easy to, I always tell them to play good poker, meaning, if you're tired, don't show your opponent how tired you are. If you're ahead, you can show some emotion there, but no, don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't show your cards. So I think that's number one. Physically, fitness-wise, we're way more fit than we were last time I was here. So we've gotten off the barbecue and gotten on some more lean chicken, in our diets, and I think guys are getting in more playing mode from a fitness standpoint. And then again, I want our guys to get better as tournaments go, not to tire out mentally either. So to always be up to for the challenge, and I think we're definitely on the right path.
Congratulations on everything so far, Coach, and good luck in those tournaments.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll have a recap of those coming up the next couple of weeks here on Crimson Tide Connection. But for now, for head coach George Husack, I'm Chris Fringland for Crimson Tide Connection.